For 4 hours, fireworks lit up the Kollam sky in Kerala on Saturday night. But it was at 3:30 a.m., just in a matter of seconds, that over 70 people lost their lives in a fire mishap. India Today, in fact, has accessed that video of the exact moment when a spark fell on a stockpile of firecrackers that was stored in the temple complex that led to a series of explosions in which more than 100 people lost their lives. As over 10,000 people had assembled to watch this visual extravaganza taking place at the Puttingal Devi temple that soon turned into a graveyard. Indeed, a very, horrific tragedy that struck Kerala when these fireworks display was going on that turned into a raging blaze at the temple premises in Kollam that killed more than 100 people and injured over 300. But now the question remains, who are responsible for the biggest temple tragedy to have taken place in the recent past? Temple authorities went ahead with this event despite the district magistrate denying permission, as the local police only looked the other way. The police have now registered cases against the temple committee president P.S. Jayalal and the secretary J.K. Pillai, along with the other contractors as well. It was a series of lapses that led to the Kollam temple tragedy that is now coming to light. According to sources, local politicians tried to pressurize the district administration to grant them permission to conduct these fireworks. Now, the report claimed competitive fireworks had been a tradition that had been going on for years together. Sources say the politicians also pointed fingers at the collector and the assistant district magistrate, saying that they were Muslims and therefore they were trying to stop a Hindu festival. Now, despite being denied permission, the organizers of this event went ahead with the program, claiming that they had got a verbal go-ahead. The temple authorities reportedly hid the fact that competitive fireworks was taking place. Now, with elections in the state, the temple authorities believed that they could go ahead with this function and that they had the backing of certain politicians from the BJP and the Congress party. The police officers also didn't really intervene in the matter or, stop the event from taking place, fearing backlash from the locals. In fact, my colleague Akshaya did speak to the principal of the Thiruvananthapuram Medical College on the casualty count and also on the kind of medical assistance that is being given to those who have injured themselves.
Sir, can you tell us what is the situation right now at the Trivandrum Medical College Hospital?
Right now, we have about 49 people who are admitted in the different wards and ICUs. Mainly, we have about 7 problem cases. That is because they have been admitted with about 75 to 80 or 90% burns. And these people are really critical. But the All India Institute of Medical Sciences team and our home team are working together. Right now, they are taking rounds and assessing the situation. These are people who might have already been dead by now, but because of the rapid or intervention which was done yesterday and the continuous monitoring and proper care, they are surviving.
Sir, can you tell us what are the cares that are being given here?
Primarily the care in the ICUs, especially in the burns ICU, is management of burns. And more than 50% burns are always fatal, but these are cases with 75 to 90%, which are very critical.
How many people do you think will have the chances of surviving clearly?
No, that we cannot say now, but we are trying our level best and we are giving maximum care. And right now, we are taking steps even to segregate some of the burns cases.
Families of over 100 people now mourn the loss of their loved ones. A judicial probe has already been ordered into this tragedy, but many have suffered an irreplaceable loss. Let's take a look at this report.
The colossal tragedy at Puttingal Temple in Kerala changed hundreds of lives forever. Hundreds of family members are now mourning the death of their loved ones, people who had gone to celebrate at the temple but ended up paying with their lives. Ramachandran lost his 26-year-old nephew in the temple tragedy, and he's now going to see the mortal remains of his nephew, who he remembers as vibrant and hardworking.
പുള്ളിക്കാരി ഒരു ഹോൾസെയിൽ കടയിൽ സെയിൽസ്മാനാണ്.
Prakash, a regular visitor to the temple festivals, had to skip the event this time due to rains the previous day. However, his brother Anil was not so lucky. Anil was grievously injured in the incident and is undergoing treatment in Trivandrum Medical College Hospital.
രാത്രിയായപ്പോഴത്തെ കമ്പം കാണാനായിട്ട് പോയി. കമ്പം കാണാൻ പോയി അവർ അഞ്ചുപേരോടി പോയി. അപ്പോൾ അവരെ 5 പേരൊക്കെ പരക്കൊണ്ട് പുള്ളിയുടെ ഇങ്ങനെ തലേനെ ബാക്ക് സൈഡ് തറയും കൂടെ പൊട്ടി കടന്ന് വലത് കൈ ഒടിഞ്ഞ് നെഞ്ചിലെല്ലാം കീറലുണ്ട് വയറ്റിൽ. അങ്ങനെ ഇവിടെ ആശുപത്രിയിൽ അപ്പോഴത്തന്നെ ഇവിടെ വർക്കല ഗവൺമെൻറ് ആശുപത്രി കൊണ്ടുപോയി.
Kerala witnessed one of its worst tragedies in recent times, and while investigations are on to ascertain who is to blame for this tragedy, hundreds of families who suffered the worst of the tragedy will never ever be the same again. Bureau Report, India Today.
Another news coming in, and a tragic one. Once again, a bus has rolled down into Chenab River in Jammu and Kashmir's Doda district. 5 commuters have been killed on the spot. Dozen others